What's up, guys? My name is Benjamin, and welcome to the Dynamos Brotherhood. Guys, I'm really excited because today I have a really special guest. My brother Jason. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good, bro. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's sick. I never thought I'd be on a podcast, but here we are today.
Hey, yeah, there's always the first time, dude. Guys, before we talk about Jason, his life, and we just like talk about funny things, I want to mention why we changed the name and everything. So it used to be a 20-year podcast. Now it's the Dynamos Brotherhood. Dynamis is a word in Greek, means power, and we truly want to create people of power. So we have four formats of the show. First one is about personal development, where we talk about skills, habits, things that has helped us in our personal life. Second, Q and A's, where you guys can submit your questions, send us a DM to the Dynamos at no Dynamos.brotherhood on Instagram, or to an email 20u.official@gmail.com. You guys can submit your questions or send us a DM on Instagram or whatever about everything, and we can talk about it in the show. Third format is trendy internet, and we've done um, two episodes with that one. I don't know if you heard of it, but we did it with Tino. It was really funny. It
No,
was really
I
cool.
saw that. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
pretty cool. I saw like the little subheading under it, and it seemed like an interesting topic,
No,
but I haven't got into that yet.
it's funny. We talk about like things that are trendy, about like people our age and stuff like that. We make fun of it, but we also talk about solutions. And the fourth format of the show is we do interviews. But more than an interview, it's just a conversation. And that's what we're going to do today with Jason. Just talk about his life, his journey, and his life experiences. He's one of our athletes at 20U. So, yeah, let's get this money, bro. How you been, bro? How's your day been?
It's been good so far. I mean, didn't wake up too long ago. It's been maybe like 2.5 hours since I woke up.
What do you mean, bro? You woke up like a 10 or
It
something?
was a long night.
That's
Yeah,
dope. What have you been up
but
to? What do you got going on today?
well, might be going shooting with you guys today, and
That's
then
true.
I might be going to one of my boys' tennis matches at BYU.
Hey, Mateo?
Yeah, he's having his tennis match today. It's a conference match against St. Mary's, so I might go and support him for a little bit.
That's
Not
sick.
too sure.
That's sick.
See if he's still playing or not. I'll text him after this, but yeah, I might do that, and then for the night, I don't know. We'll find something to do.
Okay, that's awesome, bro. Well, for you guys that don't know Jason, you're 19. You're gonna be 20 in
March 20th, so
March 20th.
like almost a month.
Okay, and you play football. You're a kicker.
Yep, I'm a kicker at BYU. I punt as well, but I mean that's what I got recruited for. But I love kicking field goals and kickoffs. That's my passion. I mean I can do punting, but I'd rather not.
You're from Texas,
I'm from Texas, Houston, Texas, baby.
Houston, Texas. You moved to Utah. What, like?
I moved to Utah late April. I spent my freshman year of college actually in Kansas. Um, and it was actually a funny adventure there. Kansas was quite the journey. I was only there for about 6 months or so. Um, but yeah, I went there to play football. Absolutely hated it. It just wasn't for
You
me.
didn't like it?
Nah,
Why?
dude. I mean, I'm a city boy. I'm from Houston, Texas, so like I'm used to the big atmosphere, to all the different cultures and diversity. And when I was in Kansas, it's just the town that I was in was about 45,000 people. Like that's my neighborhood back home.
Oh, it's a small thing for sure.
So it's a small thing for sure.
Okay,
And it was straight cornfields everywhere. It wasn't for me.
okay,
And so if I ever went back, I have to be retired or something.
okay. So, dude, let's talk about your life. Let's talk about how we met. Let's talk about 20U. Let's talk about why football. Let's talk about a bunch of things.
Sounds good.
So let's start with this. How we met. Tell people how we met. Because I've known you since. It wasn't no
August.
August
Yeah,
last year.
yeah, August last year.
Oh, you got baptized in August,
Yeah,
right?
that's when we first met.
Okay, but I didn't talk to you as much though.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, like we introduced each other, and then we didn't really talk as much because I mean, there was like, dude, that service was full, so there was so many
Yeah, there
people
was
to
a
talk
bunch of
to.
people.
But we didn't officially meet and talk and get to know each other until like the early January when I first got back.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah, it's been
that's
we've
true.
known each other for about a month now.
Yeah, because did I reach out or it was Hunter who
It was
reached out?
Hunter who reached out, and
Okay,
then he had me come over, and I met both of you guys.
okay, because we were in the search for some athletes, and again with the program that we're building, it's more than an athlete; it's role models, creating role models. And I've seen you put in the work, on Instagram, TikTok. You're always like posting stuff. So I remember I told Hunter like, "Hey, dude, like, slide on those DMs and talk to Jason." And what was your first impression? Because you came to our house and we didn't have like a call or anything, right?
No, not really actually. I was just mainly DMs the whole time.
Okay.
And so I didn't really know what to expect, but I listened to the first like couple podcasts that 20 you had.
What did you think about it? I mean, our first episode sucked, bro. It was so bad.
No, I honestly thought the same thing, but I wasn't gonna say anything. But I remember listening to the first podcast and I was like, okay, this is a little like I can tell they're starting up, but what if I can come in there and make a change, make an impact?
Yeah, dude, I was listening to like the first stuff the other day. It was like so great. But I mean, it is what it is. You gotta suck it in
Yeah,
the
you got to
beginning.
start
So
somewhere.
yeah,
Yeah. My first impression, honestly, like I didn't really know what to expect. At first, I was like, okay, cool. Like they got a clothing brand. What is this really about? Are they just trying to have me be an influencer for them, or like just have me want to do one of their photo shoots, or what's the case here? And then when I started listening to the podcast, I'm sitting in my room I'm packing actually, getting ready to come back to Utah, and listening to the first three podcasts. I remember get a feeling where I just
to which one? To like the first one that
the
we had.
first three, because those are
Okay,
the ones
okay.
I had to listen to
Yeah,
for the
yeah,
application of 20U.
yeah.
And so I listened to them. I was like, okay, cool, whatever. I'll listen to them. And I remember getting this feeling that I really don't ever get very often. And it's, if I do get it, it's if I get a really strong feeling of the spirit at church. And so that's where I knew, okay, there's something special going on here. Let me dig deeper. And so that's when me and Hunter started going back and forth a little bit more, chopping it up. And I learned about what we're trying to build here, having urgency, finding your purpose, inspiring younger athletes and the younger generation to become better. And so that's where I was like, I'm bought in. I
Yeah.
want in on this. I want to be a part of this.
Where were you in your stage of life at that moment?
And that stage of life, man,
I mean, we've talked about it, but
we've talked about it. But for those who don't know, honestly, at that point in life, I was being as stupid as you can be. I was doing things that you shouldn't be doing every day. It wasn't a proud moment for me at all. But I was going through a heartbreak. I was trying to get over that, and I was trying to find every way possible to get over that.
yeah,
It was tough. I was
because you were with your girlfriend for how long?
I think it was about 18 months or like around there.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah, I think maybe 20 months. I don't know, somewhere around there. A little
Almost
over
two
a year and a
years.
half. Yeah,
Yeah.
almost 2 years. And honestly, it sucked. But at that time, I didn't have the perspective I do now.
Yeah.
And so that's a good thing about it because almost 2 months later, I'm almost a completely different person to where I was 2 months ago.
Dude, that's the thing that's the most exciting thing for me because like I was talking with I think it was Derek the other day. Yeah, Derek and another Morgan, two guys, and we were eating, and I was like, dude, like the best feeling in the world is like seeing people progress in life, like seeing these guys from going from point A to point B, and like seeing them firsthand is like there's nothing in the world that's more fulfilling than that. And seeing you like in the past like 2 months or something, you've changed so freaking much. It's so cool to see, dude. Let's talk about all right. Let's start with your journey in the beginning. So why do you move to Utah?
Why did I move to Utah? So, um, I mean, obviously we know about the big LDS culture here.
Yeah,
And at this point, before even deciding to move to Utah, I was still Catholic. I hadn't converted yet, and
because
so
your parents are Catholics, right?
yeah, my whole
Okay.
family's Catholic. I was born and raised into
Did you
Catholicism.
go to church Sundays?
When
Or
I
is it
was
like twice a year for
Yeah, it was more
like
like twice a year. It's like Christmas
Christmas
and
and Easter?
Easter. Yep,
Okay.
that was mainly it.
Yeah.
And I'd always wondered like, why don't we go to church more often?
Yeah.
Like, it was weird to me. But I met the missionaries in Kansas actually. So there was something that I got out of Kansas that was actually amazing. And when I was there, I was looking for schools to transfer to because I was wanting to go play football somewhere else.
Yeah.
And that's when BYU announced they're going to the Big 12. And in my back of my mind, I'm thinking, okay, they're going back to Kansas to play all these schools from Kansas that I know very well, and they're going back to Texas. So it's an opportunity for me to go to Texas almost every other week. So it's like, why not? Let me apply to BYU and see what it's about. And I finally got in. When I thought I had no chance to get in, and so then I was blessed with the chance to get an opportunity and come out of here and walk onto the football team. And not only that, but I got a scholarship as well. So I was like, okay, why not? What do I have to lose?
Yeah.
So I put in all my eggs in one basket at that point and took the risk, came here 22 hours away from home, and now I'm in Utah and just living it up, trying to live the dream.
Why do you think it was the purpose of you coming here?
The purpose, initially, honestly, there was three main reasons why.
Okay.
Number one was because I wanted to dig deeper into this church. I wanted to dig deeper into the religion that I was learning about because it had been about maybe at this point it's like 8 months of learning, taking lessons from missionaries and learning about the church, going to church. Two, the business opportunity here. The business program here is a top 15 in the country, and I'm very business minded. I've always wanted to do business since I can remember.
Yeah.
And so I was like, you know what? That would be a great opportunity for me. The things that I can get out of that would be amazing. And number three, football. The football opportunity here was amazing. They just announced they're going to Big 12. What better chance than go play Power 5 football when everyone else has been doubting me? So I want to prove everyone wrong and come here and do it. And now I'm here.
Dude, that's exciting. You almost died before coming here.
Yeah.
Okay, tell that experience.
Yeah. So I came here initially for the spring term. We got 2 terms over the spring and summer. And when coming back for fall, I was on my way up. I drove that time. I flew the first time.
How many hours? It was like
It
20.
was a 23-hour drive, but I only got
Gosh,
to
dude.
22, and that's where the things take a turn. I remember looking at my Apple CarPlay, and it says I got an hour till I reach BYU campus. So I'm like, okay, sick. I'm almost there. 1 more hour, and all of a sudden it gets really cloudy, and it was clear as days right before this.
Okay.
And I'm reaching the top of a hill, about to go downhill, and all of a sudden it starts pouring rain like crazy. Like I've never seen it rain this hard, and I'm from Houston. We see rain like 3 times a week, and it was insane. I couldn't see a single thing, and all of a sudden on my dashboard you can see in my car say track control off or track control malfunction. And at that moment, I'm internally panicking, but I'm trying to remain cool. And in that moment, I'm just holding the steering wheel hard so it wouldn't go out of control because it's like shaking side to side. And I knew what was about to happen. And I feel the back tires in my car go off the ground.
Well, it was raining, right?
Yeah, it was raining. And I'm going uphill and I'm just coming back down. Wheels are off the ground. Track control's off. I'm slipping all over the place. Next thing you know, I'm spinning downhill, going straight towards a cliff.
Holy crap. Okay.
That experience, like, I honestly I had PTSD when driving. I couldn't drive the same way for like 2 months because it was those I would get flashbacks every day. And in that moment, like, I thought I was dead, and luckily I hit a steel barrier that was right at the cliff that kept me on the mountain. And dude, in that moment, like, I literally just sat there after the impact, and I was like, dude, I should be dead right now. There's no way I'm alive right
Who
now.
did you call after that? Did the cops show up or something?
Dude, I sat there in shock for a bit, and then this old man showed up, and he was like, "Hey, do you need any help? Are you okay?" I was like, I don't know what to do. Like, I'm in shock. Like, I'm just sitting there.
Oh my
He's like,
gosh,
"Please."
dude, I'm
I was
getting
like,
like goosebumps.
"Yeah." I was like, "Please, like, help me." Um, he's okay. Are you okay? Like this and that. Like, dude, I'm looking around on my body. There's no scratches, nothing bleeding, nothing at all. And I'm like, am I alive right now?
Yeah.
And then he just checks on me, like he's like, "Hey, let's call the cops," this and that. He calls them,
Were
and
you driving the car that you have here?
yeah, actually, but all the parts on like that car are brand new, so it's like a brand new car right
Oh,
now.
so you fixed? Okay, you fixed
Yeah,
it.
I got it fixed somehow, and
Okay.
we didn't think it was gonna be able to fix, but luckily, thanks to God, it was able to fix. But yeah, we call the cops. They show up, firefighters, ambulance, everything shows up, and we're just sitting. I'm sitting there on the side of the road, all alone until the cops show up, and then they're asking me, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good. I'm fine. The car isn't though." And they're like, "Dude, is your head hurting or anything?" Like they're trying to make sure I don't have a concussion or anything. I'm like, "Dude, I'm fine. I have no scratches, nothing. I'm fine." And they're like, "Dude, how are you okay?" I don't know, but I am. He's like, "You want to call your mom?" I was like, "Yeah, I'll call my parents right now." So I call them, tell them they're freaking out. Like, "Don't worry, like I'm okay. Like if anything, we should be worried about the car, how to pay for this." Um, And at that moment, I'm really like, just I come to realization like, wow, this is where I knew God was watching over me
Yeah.
because I should have been gone that day. And I still look back and I'm like, dude, I could have died that day
That
just driving up here.
that's crazy and to think about, dude, because sometimes we think that we have like all the time in the world to do stuff, but we don't. Like we literally don't.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because like in the past like 2 months, I've had like three death near experiences. Where like a freaking deer like just crossed the road, or I was like going like 80, and then this girl caught me off like the I-15. I was like almost hit the wall,
Yeah.
and then I was like, dude, that could have been it, you know. And even though like it's scary, but I really like it because it really put things in perspective. Realizing that, dude, like we don't have that much time. That when people say that, oh no, you got time, bro, you got time. And it's like, no, bro, like we have a lot of things that we need to work on. There's a lot of things that we need to accomplish, things that we need to build, a person that we need to become, people to help, and we don't have much time to do it.
Yeah.
It was crazy because like yesterday, no, today I was praying to God, and there's a lot of decisions that I'm thinking about, and I need some guidance. And I opened the scriptures, and God was like, dude, bro, like you don't have time, dude. I was like reading some stuff. It's like you're running out of time. Like this is the last time. Like get your crap together and focus on your purpose. And I was talking to Hunter about it because I was like, dude, like, you know what? Like the devil, what he's trying to do is like put distractions in your life, whatever, so you waste time. Dude, for me, wasting time, I always say is like one of the biggest sins I know. Because like you're never gonna get that back,
Yeah.
you know? And it's exciting. That's why I love the word urgency so much. And I mean, we've talked about it multiple times with you because I know you. I feel like I know you pretty well in like such a short period of time, and
Yeah.
and we've had like a lot of deep conversations. And you've told me like the crap you've been through and stuff. And and I don't know, bro. When I think about my life, and this is something we can relate. Like I always say to people, like the devil has been trying to kill me since like 2017,
Yeah.
or even before that. Like I talked to my mom, and I'm like, she tells me like these stories when she was pregnant with me inside her, and pregnant. How do you say pregnant off me? Pregnant off me. She
Yeah.
was pregnant.
Pregnant with you. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, she was
Pregnant
pregnant.
with
I
you?
was
I don't know.
I was in her stomach, and she told me multiple times that she almost crashed, or she wanted to like
Dang.
crap went down with her dad because her dad killed himself, and she wanted to like just she was going through depression, and she was like, this is it. And she would like drive, and like she told me this one experience, like she was driving and she was like, I'm done. Like I don't want anything else with life. And she was gonna go and like do something like just I mean just kill herself, just to be honest, like jump off a cliff with a car.
Yeah.
And then like semi tracks like blocked her and stuff like that. And she was like, what the heck am I doing? And then my life, when I almost had that experience in 2017, when I was going through a lot of crap and so many other things. And it's truly a battle, bro. Like it truly
It
is.
really is.
And you have your experience before you met the missionaries. So I don't know if it was when you were with the missionaries that you felt that God told you, like, hey, dude, you're here to do amazing things.
Yeah.
You know?
So,
So
dude, yeah, you're referring to the dream, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So that was when I was 13 years old, and that's when I realized, like,
Okay, it was when you were younger. Okay,
yeah. So I was a lot younger, but that always stuck with me. And I mean, I can share that dream for you. And in that dream, like at this point, my priority was soccer. I grew up playing soccer my whole life, and so that's how I ended up being a kicker. Um, but in that moment, I remember that dream, and I have very vivid dreams. I have very like I'm very connected to their side, is what a lot of people tell me,
yeah,
and so I can dream the future, and crazy things like that, and like I have deja vu like almost every single day of the week, and it's insane. But in that dream, I remember dribbling up the field, with the ball at my feet, obviously, and I'm playing in front of thousands of fans. It's nighttime, lights are shiny on me. At this point, I'm grown up and I'm professional. Um, when all of a sudden all the lights shut off and the crowd goes silent, everything around me is frozen. All the players around me are frozen. I'm the only person being able to move in that moment. And all of a sudden, in that pitch darkness and silence, a bright light comes from the sky and shines on me. And as I try to look up into the skies, I'm covering my eyes. I'm like, what is this? Like, who are you? What do you want from me? I'm panicking. And all of a sudden you hear a deep voice go, do you know why you're here? And I say, no, what do you want from me? In the back of my mind, I know exactly who it is, but I'm trying to reject who it is because at this point in my life, I'm mad at him still because it's something that he took away from me from when I was very little. And we can touch base on that a little later on. But I I'm trying to reject him and I'm like trying to push him away. But he asked me again, do you know why you're here? Do you know why I brought you here? And I go, no. What do you want from me? He goes, I brought you here to change the world.
That's sick, dude.
And I sat there in awe and I'm like, what do you mean by that? How do I do that? I don't know what to do. I'm 13 years old.
Yeah.
And he goes, one day you'll find out. Just trust me. And then the light goes away and everything comes back to life. All the players around me are running again and the crowd goes booming again. And the ball gets swept under my feet and I'm just sitting there in the middle of the field, shocked. I'm unable to move because I didn't know what just happened.
Yeah.
And then I woke up, and ever since then I've been trying to find that purpose. And I knew that in that moment that was my purpose, my God-given purpose, and I believe that all of us have God-given purposes.
When
And I
did
knew,
you, sorry to cut you off, but when can you say that you found your purpose like 100%? When did that happen? When do you think was that?
um, I can't think of an exact moment of where I like knew this was my purpose,
Because you
but
had an idea before you were
yeah,
like, yeah, this is what I want to
yeah,
do. You had a few options,
yeah.
and stuff like that. But
I would say honestly, it's been a more of like a multiple experiences
okay,
that have shown me this is my purpose.
okay,
Because just being close with people, and I've always like been the type of person I'm always able to listen to people
mm-hmm,
and help them find a solution to their problems.
yeah,
And so that's why I love psychology because I'm able to just be there for people
yeah,
and try to help them any way possible for them to feel better. And as I noticed, like the more people that I was impacting as I was growing, like this felt right and this felt great to me. So that's where I knew like I'm changing lives little by little because they're close to me. And so I'm able to reach to them and actually help them.
yeah. And this is the thing. I mean, purpose is a formula. You have your general purpose,
Right.
and you always knew that. I'm here to help people in some sort of way, change the world,
Yeah.
or whatever. Now, when we talk about specific purpose, it comes to like your passion, the things you're good at, the things you like, plus how you can help people with it. I'm talking, when did you figure that out? That it was football plus being a role model, and you put those things together?
Dude, honestly,
Because I'm pretty sure you had a confirmation that, all right,
yeah.
this is it, full trial, let's get this money. You
Yeah.
know?
So after Kansas, whenever my last few bits of Kansas, I got injured. I picked up an injury. I pulled my groin.
Oh, that sucks.
Kicking into 40 miles per hour wind without stretching because the coaches they just didn't like me. They just made me do stupid things
Yeah, yeah,
to where I would put my body at risk. And so I was, you know what, screw this. Like, fuck this. I'm done with this. I'm done with football. I'm just gonna focus on business and I'm gonna go for that full throttle. And I went back home. I'm in Houston at this point. I'm doing just community college there and waiting for a school to take me in because I'm in a transfer portal. And one day I woke up and I was like, I should go kick. I miss it. Let me go to the field and kick. And as I'm kicking there, like I'm like, dude, why am I giving up? I have so much left to give.
yeah,
And I've always been told like I can go to the NFL. And I didn't believe it at the time. But one day I started believing that. And I was like, if I believe this and I go full throttle on this, if I put all my marbles towards this goal, I know I can make it. Because I believe in myself. And I have all these people that believe in me and all these
yeah,
people that don't believe in me.
yeah.
And those are the people that I pay attention to because I want to prove them right
We'll
and
talk
wrong.
about that today as well.
Yeah.
Maybe the last part, but I do want to
Right.
talk about it.
Right. But at that point, I was like, okay, if I reach the NFL, what can I do with that? And so that's where I started thinking, dude, the platform that I'd have at that point, it's insane what I can do with that. The power that I hold. And at that point, I can become a role model, and that's where I can really impact lives. I can change people's lives and perspectives on what the actual like professional athlete's life looks like.
Yeah.
What you're really supposed to prioritize, not the alcohol, not the parties, not the woman. Like yes, that all comes and goes, but what really matters is God and family.
I truly believe, bro, like that's a huge problem with athletes, and that's one of the reasons we started 20U, because it's like all these guys, they have such a great platform to inspire people to like show what a true role model is, and they
Yeah.
just waste that opportunity. And I truly believe this world lacks role models, and it's our obligation to become the person we wish we had, you know. And I wanna talk about with you, because we always talk about purpose and stuff like that, and I truly believe people don't understand that, like, how much your life changes, how much clarity does it give you when you truly find your purpose.
Yeah.
What did purpose did to you?
Dude,
What did it give you?
it gave me confidence
Why?
because at that point when I found my purpose and why I'm here, I knew exactly how to move on and how to build myself towards the person that I want to become. Because at that point, you know why you're here, you know what you need to do, and you know the things that you shouldn't do. So at that point, all I got to do is build my confidence and build myself to such a level where I have God in every little thing that I'm doing. So there's nothing that can beat me besides myself.
Did it give you a feeling of belonging and like I matter kind of a thing?
Definitely. Like that's where I like realized like, okay, I belong here.
Because I feel like you and I were struggling like similar things, like
Yeah.
we've had like similar experience. That's why we get along so well. And I was thinking about this the other day, because, well, I mean, just to keep it real, something that I've always wanted to matter, you know, and one of the reasons why I almost killed myself in 2017 is because I thought that I didn't matter, you know. And what finding my purpose did to me is that I realized, and God made me feel that, hey, dude, like you matter, bro. You're important. Like we need you. There's people that need you in this life,
Yeah.
and that's something I still struggle with. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, because Satan gets in my head, and freaking, I have my demons inside and everything. But when I think about purpose, it like, bro, it like truly it saved my life. Because every time I struggle, every time I go through crap, every time I go through hell, I hold into my purpose. I hold into the reason of who I am and why I'm here. And it gives me a sense of importance. It gives me a sense of belonging. It gives me a sense of purpose, so to speak. But it gives me a sense of like I have to keep going because of this. There's reason why I have to keep pushing through, you know. And it's crazy because a lot of people give up on life, and they have no hope because they don't have purpose.
Yeah.
They don't know that they matter, and dude, it's a powerful knowledge. And I always talk about that when I talk to people in like weekly meetings, in our one-on-ones, in our team here, because I look them in the eye, and they tell me their struggles and everything they're going through, and I look at them and I'm like, bro, you matter, bro. Like I believe in you, dude. There's like there are great things you're here to do. There's
Yeah.
people waiting on you, and dude, it brings you, like, I don't know, dude. It's weird to describe, but what do you think about it?
Dude, that's the thing. Like purpose, when you have purpose, that's when you realize you have a reason to live and wake
Yeah,
up
that's the
every
that's the word I
single
was looking for. Yeah,
you have a reason to wake up every single
yeah.
day and keep on going no matter how hard things get. And I used to struggle with that because like honestly, I would say I have abandonment issues.
You have a what?
Abandonment issues. So meaning like
Abandonment?
abandonment.
The hell
Like
is that?
like
Abandonment?
people just abandon you.
Oh, abandon. Oh,
Yeah.
abandon. Okay, I was
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
Batman. It was
No,
like,
no,
what are
no.
you talking about, Batman?
Sorry. English is
Okay.
my first language. No, but like I tend to just fall in love with the idea of people and like having them in my lives and incorporating them into my future very quickly.
Dude, I struggle with the same thing
Dude,
too.
and that's the thing. Like we both do that, but the thing is, like, I give my full trust to people, my full love to people, and they just leave out of nowhere. Sometimes with no explanation, and then I'm like, well, what now? And so
That's funny,
with
dude.
that, like, I always have in the back of my mind, like, do I matter? Like, do I am I doing something wrong? That so those negative thoughts always came into my mind. If people really cared about me and they love me and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And whenever I knew my purpose and that definite purpose, I couldn't deny it no more because at that point I knew God was always there for me, and I knew God was always wanting the best for me, and I have a family who cares about me.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, the people who walk out of my life, it's their loss because I did everything possible to keep them there.
Yeah.
And if they choose to walk out, then that's on them.
You know, dude, I always say this, like if Satan could have one thing, like one of his biggest tactics to screw people over, it's self-doubt. Because if he puts self-doubt in your brain, oh my gosh, I'm gonna sneeze. Yeah. Oh, I didn't sneeze. No, but if he can put self-doubt in your brain, dude, you doubt yourself, you doubt your capabilities, you forget who you are, you forget your identity, and he just gets in your head. And something that people don't understand is that the biggest battle we have, it's within ourselves, inside it. It's in your brain. That's something I still struggle with,
Yeah.
you know? And because I mean, fear and doubt are completely different. Fear is about the environment. Like everybody struggles with fear. It's fine, it's a normal thing. But doubt is about yourself. It's about what you're capable of achieving. And that's what many dreams, bro, they die because of self-doubt, because like what's happening inside your brain. And all these questions of, dude, if I matter, all this stuff, that self-doubt, like that's the devil just going off in your brain. And I don't know, dude, it's exciting because I'm at a point right now that I'm like, F everybody, bro. I'm just gonna like my purpose, like this is it.
Yep.
Like this is the thing, dude. And let's talk about this because it's not all like nice and good and like freaking sunshines and rainbows. It's dark, it's nasty,
It
and like
is.
we've talked about this many times, and a lot of people that deny that they have a dark side, you know, a lot of people deny that they have those demons inside. Dude, I think in my life I'm driven more by the negative crap that has ever happened to me rather than the good things.
100%.
100%.
100%.
100%.
Dude, that's why we
Like,
relate so much because, like, I'm not gonna lie. In my room, I have a sticker on my like backboard with a thumbtack going through it, literally saying "Be a villain," and it's not necessarily meaning like
it's
being
not being a dick to
not
people. It's
being a
not
dick to
being
people,
mean or
not being
anything.
mean, not being rude.
But I truly believe that the only emotion, because I don't believe in being like emotional, like
Yeah,
being like letting your emotions to control
right.
you. Because the worst decisions you're ever going to make in life and that you ever made in your life, and same for me, are based on emotions. When you were angry,
Yep.
sad, in love, or happy, and stuff like that. But what I'm saying is that the only emotion that you can truly control and funnel is being angry.
Yeah.
And dude, when I think about my life, I perform at a high better in a better way when I'm angry. But I don't show it. It's not that I'm like mean to people or whatever. I just internalize that and I freaking laser focus, and I'm like, dude, I don't know. It's really hard to explain, but
Yeah. No,
we all have that dark side. You just have to learn how to control it.
exactly.
You know?
And that's the thing. Like more recently, like honestly, when we first started hanging out, I knew my dark side was there. Like my dark side's always been there, and it would show at time to time, sometimes for too long, and it'd be horrible because I didn't know how to control it. But now I know how to control it, and I fell in love with it because that dark side, those negative things that fuel you, that anger, that the sadness and everything that like all the negative things that happen to you in your life, you turn that into fuel
Oh, a
and
hundred
it
percent.
keeps you going and going. Like, dude, I'm pushing my body to points where I've never even graced in my life before.
Yeah. And dude, I know it doesn't sound good, but I mean, it's just a reality. It
It
is what it
is.
is.
Yeah.
Like they want to deny or they want to be like, oh, but that's not good. It's not like living like screw you, bro. Like you don't get, dude. There's like life is freaking hard, and there's so many unfair things that you're gonna go through.
Yeah.
That is like you have to like deal with them in some sort of way. It's not all like feel good crap. You know that doesn't work, bro. Yesterday, like because I feel like I have like two sides. My good side that is like when I'm in with my friends and stuff, I'm a funny guy, you know, serious, all this stuff. Like I'm a kind person. But when I need to perform, when I go to the gym, like right now, or like when I need to like do business or meetings or like building teams and stuff, I need my like the best game. I need my dark side to like take over. And dude, it's crazy because he's like, yeah, I, it's well, this is something I was thinking yesterday. I feel safe when that guy takes over. Like it's weird because I feel like I'm like a beast. Like you can't touch me, bro. Don't mess with me because I'm gonna cut your throat. It's so hard to explain. But um, let's talk about fuel because he's fueled by all these negative things. I was talking to two friends yesterday, and I'm like, when I talk about like, dude, I wanted to matter and all this stuff, I'm like, bro, every single freaking person that made me feel worthless, that I didn't matter, that didn't believe in me, they're gonna freaking regret it.
Yep.
And I'm gonna make sure that they freaking regret it. And I make sure every single freaking day that they freaking regret it. You're gonna look at me in my life, and every person that turned me down. And I'm not saying that you have to live with like bitterness or like go after these people and stuff like that. No, but like I have such a huge chip on my shoulder for every single freaking person that talk crap, that looked me in like a less way, or that deny me or rejected me. Those freaking girls, dude, they're gonna freaking regret it. They're gonna, and they're already regretting a lot of them. But he's like, I turned that into fuel, and he's like, oh, bro, it takes me to places that it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's insane.
It's crazy what that dark side can do for you.
Yeah,
Because as bad as it can sound, it does so good for you.
dude. Every high like performance person that I know,
Yeah.
like I talk to them a little bit, like we sit down, whatever. And even though they show they're like kind, all this stuff, everybody has a dark side.
Everyone. Whether
Everybody has failures, people that rejected
Yep.
them, girls or guys that make them feel like they were nothing or less, and they're fueled by those things. Everybody has it.
Yeah.
Do they talk about it? No, because it's nasty, it's dirty, it's dark, it's competitive, it's aggressive, it's unapologetic, but everybody has it. And if you want to go, for example, bro, like athletes, like sports, like it's freaking competitive. So you need to like go out and freaking be aggressive and cut people's throats.
Yep.
You need to go out and freaking kill the other guy. That's it.
Dude. Yeah. I mean, being in college and playing college football,
Which college football is way more competitive than I would say the NFL.
I realized like it's here people don't care about you. They just it's a business. Like whether if you don't perform, cool, bye. We got the next person up. Recruit another one.
Yeah.
They don't care. And that's the thing. That's why you have to keep that competitive mindset because at the end of the day, how you perform and how you act and how you go about things is what matters. And building those relationships too with the people like the coach especially. That's what matters. And that's what I started picking up on lately. And so now like I've gone to such a level where like I am better than ever before. As a kicker, dude, I'm seeing my balls just take off like nothing. And when I see people come in and try to compete with me, I'm like, cool, do whatever you want. Because in the back of my mind, I know what I can do. I know what everything I've gone through and everything I've done to get to where I am today. And so that's why at the end of the day, I know I'm a win.
Dude, that's so cool because dude, I always tell the guys here, like when we have meetings with like the managers and stuff. Sorry, the other day we were sitting down and Derek was talking for like 15 minutes and then he gave me like some time to talk. And I was just like super emotional. I looked at all of them and I was like, dude, if you're money driven, I know I can freaking destroy you. Why? Because I'm people driven. I'm purpose driven. I'm change driven. I'm mission driven. If you only care about money, you get some resources, I'm gonna freaking kill you. And I look at all of them, it's like you have no idea all the crap I've been through, bro. I ain't quitting. Like we played the long term game, I'm eating you for breakfast. And that's why I do it. And it pisses me off because I'm at a point right now that everybody's telling me, bro, like, oh, you gotta slow down, man. You gotta, you're doing too much. I'm gonna run a 100 miler. I can't run. My knee's effed up. Like I have a cyst here in the back. It's leaking, and all the fluid goes down to my calf, and it burns. The ACL, I have a small tear. In my quad here, I have another tear. It's annoying, and I haven't been able to run. And everybody said to me like, "Oh, dude, you're gonna mess up your body." And like, I'm like, "Yeah, I will." But bro, like deep in my mind, I'm doing this because if you're competing against me, bro, you have no idea how much pain I'm willing to go through to get where I want. You have no idea how much I'm willing to endure. You have no idea the things I'm willing to do to freaking win. You don't know. You don't know me. So like, even though I joke around like you don't know me, son, was like I truly mean it,
Yeah.
bro. I can, and that's why I have a hard time recovering because like I'm willing to push through just to show people that you don't know me.
Yep.
That when you're quitting, bro, I'm freaking enduring. When you're complaining and going through pain, I'm freaking going for it. That's why I do all these ultra marathons and lift, and I have a tear in both of my shoulders. It's not healthy, but it's just to remind myself of who I am and what I'm capable of doing. Because I don't think I'm a smart dude or the fastest dude or the strongest dude or like the most like wealthiest or whatever. I know I'm not. But if there's one thing that I'm freaking good at is I ain't quitting, bro. Short term, you might be faster than me. If we play the long term, I'm killing you. You ain't got nothing because you have no idea what I've been through. You don't know. And people don't understand, bro, that the world is not a nice place. It's not like what your parents are saying that, oh, he's so like nice and you gotta be kind to. I get it. That's true. But dude, life is freaking hard, bro. It's hard as hell. And if you don't build this mental toughness, this like the grit, resilience, and those skills in your brain, you're gonna get smashed in the face. Because the reality, bro, is that, dude, it's just you. Nobody's gonna come like save you. Nobody's gonna come like give you a hug or send you a text and be like, hey, dude, like
Yeah.
keep moving forward. I've never gotten those things before.
At the end of the day, like one thing I've learned recently, it's you versus the world. And God's always there for you,
Yeah.
but
He will bless your efforts.
right.
He will bless what
And
you're
that's
doing.
that's exactly what I was about to say.
Yeah.
God's not gonna come down here and grab you by the hand and guide you.
No, he won't.
He wants you to literally go and search for him and actually strive to want to be there with him, because otherwise like, he can't physically be here and grab our hand and take us to where we want to
Yeah.
go.
And dude, it's the same thing with people. Like you can depend on people. You might rely. And that's why I love 20U because we're building a community of like-minded people. And we support each other. But at the end of the day, like you can't depend on anybody. You can rely, you can have support on your partner, your friends, or whatever, your family. But at the end of the day, bro, when you're in hell, like it's just you, bro. Like if you're waiting for somebody to come rescue, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
And I would rather prepare myself mentally for the worst case scenario. That if that happens, I know I can like get out of there. And yeah, if helps comes, cool. But what if it doesn't? Because in my life, my experience is like, dude, when I've been through crap, bro, when I was about like in my room and about to kill myself with a gun, I didn't have anybody.
Yeah.
Nobody sent me a freaking text. Nobody came to give me a hug. Nobody was like, hey, dude, you good? You met nobody. The only dude that actually cared was God. That's why I have so much gratitude for him.
Yeah.
But like people don't understand that. The reality is that it's pretty lonely, bro. I mean,
And yeah, I like that story that you tell when from 2017 always reminds me of this one story, and it wasn't too long ago. I think I mentioned it to you before, not too sure, but there's one experience a couple months ago, when I was going through hell, and this is where at this point, like I lost myself because I lost the one person who I thought was gonna be there to rescue me, and I was wrong.
you thought she was gonna stay.
Yeah, I thought she was gonna stay and
Yeah.
be in my happily ever after,
Yeah.
like like the movies, and I wasn't. Dude, I'm driving one day and I'm like, dude, no one cares about me, no one loves me. I screw this. I'm done. And so at this point, I'm being filled with so much rage that my adrenaline just takes over, and I'm wanting to drive straight into a pole. And this sucks to even think about, and like the way I was like, how could I ever think that? Because life is it's so precious, because it's 1 in 4 trillion, or 400 trillion actually, for you to become a human
Yeah.
and to have a soul and to have a heart and to have a life.
You'll get closer
So
to the mic.
how could you waste that? And so now I think that way. But in that moment, I was about to end it, and I wasn't thinking about anything but myself, and I was being selfish. But literally 10 seconds later, the car in front of me does it. The car in front of me goes straight into a pole and just car split in half,
Really?
destroyed. And in
He
that,
did what you were gonna do.
yep. And all of a sudden, all the cars just stop, and I'm like, dude.
You were like, what the hell?
I stop at right at a red light, and he's went for it. And I'm like, dude, that should have been me. That could have been me. And that's when I realized, like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Like, I need to find myself and be happy with who I am and what I'm becoming. Because at the end of the day, it's me versus the world. Because no one's gonna come to rescue me besides myself. No one's physically here to actually guide me unless I change my mind and build that mindset to where I know I need to be. And in that moment, I was nowhere where I needed to be.
Yeah. What happened a week after that?
I started crying my eyes out. I'm crying my ass off in this moment. I'm literally like, if I remember correctly, I'm like screaming in my car because I'm so mad. And I think I called my aunt and I told her what happened. And she just told me like, "Hey, I don't think it's a good idea for you to be driving. Please get home. Call me when you get home." I'm like, "Okay." So I'm like, "Okay." In that moment, I felt a sense of love. I felt a sense of, that I belong here, so I matter. And I drove home, called her, and she comforted me. And I after that, I was like, never again. I
Yeah.
can't have that. I can't have those thoughts, and I can't let that take control of me. So after that, I knew I had to find a way to control my anger, my sadness, and turn that into fuel.
You know, the cool thing is a week after that we met.
Literally.
Yeah.
No, literally. And
Because
I told you about it, yeah.
it's not like I don't want people to understand like, oh, the world's miserable, like we're all alone and stuff like that. That's the mentality that you gotta live with. But
Yeah.
sometimes that's another reality because you do have people that care, and I that's something I still struggle with because I for me I do have people that care about me. I know that my mom, Hunter, you guys, and that's why building a community of like-minded people that truly, truly believe in who you are is so powerful, bro. And I always tell this to people, it's like, because if you can think with one hand, the people that truly believe in you and are willing to do something to help you out is less than probably 3 people.
Yeah.
With 20 you, with this community, I want to increase that you can have multiple people that truly care and believe in you, bro. Because it's powerful.
Yeah.
It's powerful having somebody that look you in the eye and be like, hey, dude, I believe in you. You matter, bro. Let's keep going. Hold on to your purpose. Remember why you're here. Remember who you are. And yeah, I think it's a huge thing because a lot of people struggle with this, with that. And but
That's the cool thing about 20U,
yeah,
that people don't know exactly
and
what we got
it's
going
not
on
just
yet.
words.
Right. Like
Like it's we
we
mean it. I mean,
exactly.
you've seen in your life, you've
We
seen it with the guys that
exactly.
we talk to.
We have our group chat, we have our meetings, and we see the change that we're all
Yeah,
going through. We see all the hell that we've all been going through. And that's just testimony that Satan is trying to get us, but deep down, like, we're building greatness here.
yeah,
We are becoming a force for good.
yeah.
And that's what we got going on here at Hawks, Like, we're building a community where we genuinely care about each other and we are actually wanting to impact people's lives for the better. Going out of our way to actually do good for others. And that's something that you don't see much
You
in our
know,
world today because our
because
world is
everybody's
just
freaking have an agenda with you, bro.
exactly, everyone has an agenda with you,
Screw these
and
people.
we've gone so soft in this world that everyone's so selfish and
Yeah,
no one tends to care about others. And so that's what I love about 20U, because at the end of the day, like, that support system matters. And what we got going on, our community, our small community that we have right now, we know we all care about each other.
just dude, it's hard, bro. People don't understand that once you figure out your purpose, bro, God has a huge standard in your life. Yeah, He loves you and all this stuff, but the expectation is freaking high. You got to win and be successful at everything, all areas in your life.
Yeah.
You're here to change people's lives. You're here to build stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So people don't understand that it's freaking hard to do. There's a lot of opposition, pressure, freaking stress that comes with it, anxiety, unknown stuff, uncertainty. So having a group of people that you guys are all in the same purpose, mission, vision, doing those things together, bro, it's the value is just like out of this world. Like it's too much, you know. So it's exciting, but again, it's one person at a time.
Yeah.
But we're truly replicating that at a mass scale now, and that's what we're trying to figure it out. But it's exciting stuff, dude. And I don't know, bro. We've had a good conversation.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's start wrapping it up. What's one thing you want to end with?
Dude, one thing that like keeps me going, and I think it's important for anyone, especially if you're listening or watching this, identify the things that truly motivate you to keep on going. The things that give you reason, the things that give you purpose to wake up every single day, not just things, but people.
People.
Like my whys
Yeah.
are so strong, and that's why now, like, dude, I gotta go 100% every single day, no matter what my body's going through and what my mind is going through. Finding that why is so important in life. Whether it's like for me, it's wanting to take care of my parents, my mom, for everything that she's ever done for me, for being able to provide for my little siblings who are 11 and 5 years old, and just giving back to my family, and not just my family, but the whole world. Like that is what keeps me going every single day, and that's why I'm doing what I'm doing today.
Yeah.
And so, like, one thing that I can always look back at, and I mean, this tattoo that I got on my left arm, it's it's a date that always motivates me to keep on going because I made a promise to him. And this is the death anniversary of my dad from when I was 3 years old, and that's why I wear that number 3. That's why I've always been in love with number 3. And I see threes everywhere I go, and I know that that's like him reminding me, keep on going. Like, I'm watching over you.
That's powerful, bro.
And like at 3 years old, like how do you manage that? But it's built me to who I am today, and I'm thankful for that.
Yeah.
And so finding that why and that purpose is the biggest blessing that you can bring into your own life.
Yeah. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for taking the time. I enjoy this conversation. We talked a lot. It's crazy. In the beginning, we were like kind of like yeah, like all good and stuff. But
Yeah.
then we talk about real stuff, and dude, dark side kicks in.
Oh,
like
yeah.
I'm excited to watch the video because like you can see like even the changes physically. Okay, guys, thank you for listening. Have a great day. We love you guys. We truly appreciate you guys, and hopefully you got you got some value from this conversation that we had with Jason. So, okay, have urgency, baby. Have a good one.